to CVTV News, brought to you by Germanna Community College. I'm David Kerr.
And I'm Deidre Haven.
We have a special announcement this Saturday, May 18th. It's the Gordonsville Fried Chicken Festival in Gordonsville, Virginia. So let's talk chicken. Squawk! Come out and enjoy the great country fair environment in Gordonsville, where there will be a fried chicken, a pie contest, wine garden, sounds good, craft and artisan vendors, food, and much more. Gordonsville, once dubbed as the fried chicken capital of the world, is ideal for tasting fried chicken. It's from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. and our own CVTV news team will be on the scene eating lots of fried chicken.
Right.
I understand we've got an unlicensed psychologist in business around here.
Right. This story makes one look differently at the creator Charles Schulz's Peanuts cartoon of Lucy giving psychiatric help for 5 cents.
Yeah, for only a nickel.
Only a nickel. It's illegal to pretend to be a doctor and receive payment for services. Who knew? Sharonda L. Avery, 42 of Woodbridge and Gasburg near the Virginia-North Carolina line, recently came to understand the law. She was indicted earlier this month by a Stafford grand jury and charged with 7 counts of false pretenses, 2 counts of passing a forged document, perjury, and 3 counts of practicing psychology without a license. The false pretense charges each carry the possibility of up to 20 years in prison. The indictment charges allege that Avery practiced as a psychologist in Stafford County for at least 3 years without a license, where she provided fake services, unbeknownst to her patients, for as few as 2 months to upwards of 3 years, all the while accepting thousands of dollars in payment. And an investigation began after a psychologist working for the Spotsylvania County Schools filed a complaint against Avery, claiming that children had been improperly diagnosed. Come to find out, Avery had never been licensed by the state. The victims include children who children who were subsequently given prescriptions by other doctors based on Avery's diagnosis, the families who were conned out of their hard-earned funds to pay her, and a real pediatric doctor who did business with Avery for over 4.5 years, spanning January 2013 through September 2017. The perjury charge stems from an allegation that Avery testified in Stafford Juvenile and Domestic Relations Court in 2017 while claiming to be a doctor. In addition to the 7 counts of false pretense, which could carry a total of 140 years in prison, the perjury charge carries an additional maximum penalty of 10 years in prison.
Ouch. I'm glad she's behind bars. That's a very dangerous thing to do. Well, let's change the topic to farmers markets, fresh food, and country living. Regardless of where you live in our local viewing area, whether you're in Stafford, Fredericksburg, or Spotsylvania, this is the time of year you can find a local farmers market open, and the food is great. Farmers markets are where you can get your fill of freshly picked fruits and freshly picked vegetables, cut flowers, plants for your garden, cheeses, and pairings like home-baked breads and sweets. Well, I'm getting hungry. I am. Local honey and roasted coffee. I'm not finished. Farm-raised meats, pickles, culinary cheeses, crafted soaps and gifts, and food trucks. According to the USDA, that's the U.S. Department of Agriculture, farmers markets and farm stands account for roughly 2/3 of the $3 billion that Americans spend annually on farm direct products. It's $3 billion. This revenue in turn supports the livelihoods of more than 165,000 mostly small and mid-sized farms and ranches, mostly family owned. If you ask anyone at a farmer's market why they like to shop there, responses will typically fall into 1 of 3 categories. The price, it's cheaper than the big stores, the eco-friendliness of the field proximity to market, freshness, variety of products, convenience, the family-friendly community atmosphere, and the support of local businesses. Most markets accept cash, credit, and debit, as well as WIC and Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Programs, EBT cards. Here are the farmers markets in our area, so pay attention. The Stafford County Farmers Market is open from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays in the Stafford Borough commuter parking lot just off Garrisonville Road on Route 610. I see that one regularly. Good stuff there. The largest farmers market in the region is in the Spotsylvania County Farmers Market. It has 2 locations, Route 3 at the Gordon Road commuter lot and Spotsylvania Regional Medical Center, which is pretty easy to find because it's right off 95. They are all open all year long. Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. The USDA website notes that they are open in 2 seasons. In the current season, they are open from April to December on Saturdays 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Beginning in January and running through March, They're open on the second Saturday of the month from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. But they're open all year, that's the point. While vendors are present all year round, Herkamp Park in downtown Fredericksburg is only managed from the third Saturday in April through the last Saturday in October. Saturday is the primary market day. During the months of April through October, they are open from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturdays. And I can tell you they have some great stuff there.
Absolutely.
You can have a lot of fun just looking at it. Other hours include 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday, from April through September, and from October through December, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. every Wednesday through Friday. The Mayfield Farmers Market, located at 1300 Dixon Street in Fredericksburg, will be open from 3:30 to 6:30 p.m. on Tuesday through September. So that gives you a chance to go
Oh, that's
after
actually
work.
Thursday. It's Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday.
It gives you a chance to go after work. And the Mary Washington Healthcare Market, they certainly should be the ones endorsing good food, is open from 11:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. on the second and fourth Fridays through September at 1001 Sam Perry Boulevard. If you missed any of these dates or hours, which you might have, or if you live outside our viewing area, you may visit the USDA website at the address we'll be posting on our screen. Really, it's great food, it's a lot of fun, check them out.
I was very excited to be able to find the listing on the USDA website, and you can just type in your zip code to be able to find a local farmer's market near you. I'm fond of farmers. I'm a first generation that's not a sharecropper, first generation college student, graduate, and also I still have farmers in my family, so we want to support our local farmers and their businesses.
I still have farmers in my family too. I'm very proud of them.
Yes.
Well, Deirdre, I believe some good news about a new archaeological center.
Yes,
That's
indeed.
pretty cool.
If you've lived here for any time, you realize that our area is the birthplace of America. The first half of the 18th century is important in Virginia and our national history, but it has been little studied. It's rich in oral, written, and physical history, some seen and some unseen. Well, the unseen they now have a designated research facility to find archaeological history. The Memorial Foundation of the Germana Colonies in Virginia, Incorporated, was chartered in 1956 to preserve the heritage of the earliest organized settlements of Germans in colonial Virginia. Its
Germana?
Yes, absolutely.
I figured that out.
Yes, you did. Its mission is to tell America's story through archaeological, historical, and genealogical research and interpretation. Virginia's Germana Foundation celebrated the opening of the HIT Archaeological Center in eastern Orange County, located beside the Foundation's Germana Visitor Center on State Route 3. The Foundation's executive director, Tim Sutphin, told the crowd of more than 100 guests, "This building allows us to expand and tell the fuller story of the people who populated this land in the early part of the 18th century. Not just the German-speaking people, but the British who built and oversaw Fort Germana, the enslaved that provided the labor once the Germans had moved west, and, of course, the native population that were already here in the Germana Peninsula." The Foundation needed a spacious, indoor, climate-controlled place in which the archaeologists could catalog, clean, and analyze the historic site's artifacts. Outdoor excavations may excite people's imagination, but it's the time-consuming lab work indoors that makes sense of what they find and preserve for future comparison and study. The new center will house the nonprofit foundation's researchers, Summerfield school students, and archaeological collection assembled over decades from excavations at Spotswoods nearby Enchanted Castle. That's a mansion, and there are some other sites. The Germana Foundation's goal to build a long-term program to explore the below-ground resources of its 4 historic properties is coming to fruition with the dedication of the HIT Center. The properties include a palisaded 5-sided colonial fort where the first German settlers built their homes, Spotswood's palatial stone and brick mansion, and Spotsylvania County's original courthouse village. The 2 main groups of Germana settlers colonized here in 1714 and 1717. Some estimates indicate that about 2 million Americans are descendant from those early German settlers.
Das ist gut.
Das. Just like his pioneering ancestors, the Buzz Aldrin, who stepped foot on the moon, he followed in his family's adventurous spirit. Not coincidentally, Germana colony descendants also donated 100 acres of land to establish the college 49 years ago, where the first campus opened in 1970 at Locust Grove.
This would be Germana Community College.
That is correct.
Who supports this very program.
Right. Dr. Eric Larson, the Germana Foundation's Director of Archaeology, looks forward to more fully revealing the story of Germana's intersecting migrations of American Indians, English settlers, German immigrants, and enslaved African Americans in the area. You may wonder how the Hitt Archaeological Center received its name. It honors Virginia residents Russell and Joan Hitt for their generous help in building the facility and for having faith in the future of the county. Right there.